Happy 4th of July, America. It's your birthday. Every 4th of July in America, friends and families gather to celebrate the ideals of freedom, independence, and democracy. The Declaration of Independence was adopted by the Continental Congress on July the 4th, 1776. And we celebrate by shooting off fireworks, eating a massive amount of hot dogs, and donning the good old red, white, and blue. The Declaration is not without controversy, though. So as we celebrate, remember, and reflect, let's break down the Declaration of Independence right now. We have commemorated July 4th as the day that we celebrate our victory over the tyrannical British Parliament and King George III.
We won't stand for tyranny, okay, and it's too late to apologize.
Now, before we begin, let's lay down some ground rules. Number one, I'm no Ken Burns. I'm trying to break this down in a digestible way, unlike our friends over at the hot dog eating contest.
Unbelievable athlete, should be amazing. What a crowd out here.
And number two, I know there's a wealth of information and misinformation about Thomas Jefferson and the Declaration of Independence. That's what the comments are for, so if there's something you want to share, talk about it in the comments. Also, make sure you subscribe. Now, before we dive into the Declaration of Independence, we're going to go over a little history for context. And to do that, well, you know.
You telling me you built a time machine?
Well, not exactly. Just a little time travel montage.
Hot tub time machine.
So back in 1763, the British and the American colonies had just defeated the French for control of North America in what would be called the French and Indian War.
Back.
The British ran up a tremendous war debt, helping the colonists defend themselves from the French. From the British perspective, the colonists owed them. So the British Parliament passed a series of acts designed to raise a little revenue and to crack down on colonial smuggling. The problem was that the colonists had no representation in Parliament, so they had no voice when it came to passing these laws and these taxes. Think about how you would feel if you didn't have a voice in government, or if you felt disrespected.
So after one deadly snowball fight, a famous Tea Party, and the battles of Lexington and Concord,
some colonists started talking about independence. That brings us to the document before the document that we're really here to talk about. Thomas Paine's Common Sense. Originally, Common Sense was published
anonymously.
It was a fairly short pamphlet or book for the time, and eloquently argued for independence using common sense language, really simple language that the ordinary reader could understand. And it helped to persuade people to support absolute independence from the British. Let's take a look.
The Big Four. Why is it that we hesitate? From Britain we can expect nothing but ruin. If she is admitted to the government of America again, this continent will not be worth living in. Small islands not capable of protecting themselves are the proper objects for kingdoms to take under their care. But there is something absurd in supposing a continent to be perpetually governed by an island. Notice some of the common sense arguments Thomas Paine makes. Thomas Paine sees this as a critical point for America. He argues, we know what to expect. We have a history with Great Britain. We have a history with the British. Paine argues
that we already know where this road leads, that allowing the British to continue governing us is a mistake. The British have done nothing but trample our rights and treat us like second-class citizens. Continued rule under the British means ruin for America. Thomas Paine also sees the potential American greatness that lies ahead. Remember, Britain is a small island nation. America will become a vast continent.
Fact.
There's no way we should be governed by this tiny island of Britain. Love you. Finally, in May of 1776, the Second Continental Congress was ready to take on the issue of independence.